Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Today it's going to be a series of games between Flash and Larva as Larva cancels a drone? That is some weird stuff. Okay, so these replays were sent to me at falconpaladin@gmail.com by somebody who said, I found these on a Russian website. These claim to be Flash versus Larva, and the APM is really high, and it's a Zerg versus Terran, so I don't know. We're going to roll with it. Top left-hand corner is going to be the red Zerg player Larva, and in the bottom right-hand corner is the green Terran player. It is Flash. Now, we have had many requests on the channel recently to get some stuff between Flash and Larva, and as that pool first goes down from Larva, really indicates how Larva feels about this matchup, right? If you let Flash get on 3 bases, get on 4 bases, get up a real huge, scary Terran army that he can control with science vessel support, with tanks and marines and firebats and medics and vultures, he's going to give you a hard time. He's going to give you a real bad time, but if you can kill him in the first 5 minutes, by golly, try it out, right? Give it a shot. Where the heck is my game timer at? I'm telling you, the settings in here sometimes just reset. I don't know what it is. I don't uninstall and reinstall the program or anything. It just totally forgets what's going on. My volume levels are all bad. I'm sorry about the peaking that's been going on in some of the recent casts. I did do some tweaking there before this one and do some testing, and hopefully it's better. Hopefully I'm not blowing out your headphones when I get excited. I really hate to do that. It's not a good feeling. It's not good for anybody. But I'm doing my best here. I do respect people who just deal with sound all the time anymore. It's just, I used to look at the credits in movies and be like, person in charge of sound, how hard is that job? And the answer is really stupid hard. Sound balance is really difficult. So, respect. All right, check this action out. Flash doesn't know about this. I can tell you that much. He does not know that there are 6 lings on the way after that 7 pool. Or maybe it was even a 6 pool because he canceled that drone. Either way, it's an exceptionally early pool. These lings are cruising for a bruising. And by that I mean they're cruising to cause some bruising. Dude, I don't know about this wall. I am unconvinced this wall is enough. Oh, this Marine is heading out bravely into the void to see what's going on. This is Gladiator, by the way, and this Marine is totally dead. Goodbye, Marine. Marine? You're okay? All right, Marine's okay, everybody. The lings can get through. The lings are inside the house. And Flash is in a ton of trouble. He's in the utmost amount of trouble. Marine down. Marine probably down. SCV's here to pull, to defend, to try to save the day. A bunker's coming up at the natural, or at the main base, because there is no natural, and bam, that's it. I mean, some people were also asking for faster games. They like the macro stuff, but sometimes faster games are a nice way to mix it up, and I guess this counts. I guess this totally counts. That was Flash dying to a 6 pool. He didn't SCV scout. It was a huge map. He really had no chance to find his enemy before this happened, and it happened, and the wall wasn't. There wasn't a wall. There was a gap here, too, which is, there's really a gap right there. Look at that. Look how much these buildings overlap according to their circles. Lings can get through there. Surprise. More lings showing up. Bunker's not going to finish. And that's all she wrote. So let's sneak on over to game 2. Maybe just forget that game 1 ever happened, but I guess this can happen even to the best of us. Okay, so we're on Transistor. Again, it might be best just to forget that game 1 ever happened, but on the left side we have the orange Zerg player. His name is Larva. And in the top rightish, it's the purple Terran player, Flash. Now, these games are not part of a series or anything as far as I know, but if you 6-pool Flash in game 1 of a best of 5, then you have my utmost respect, Larva. Holy smokes, that was amazing. Okay, so, alright man, you already have 7 supply, you're making another drone. The heck are these? Why is every time there's weird stuff going on? I don't know what it is. What the heck is this? Why does this exist? And why does it only exist for the Zerg? Like, what does this do? Does this make it so ling rushes are harder? You can't get a full surround on the hatchery to kill it? I don't think that really matters. And Marines don't care. Maybe for Zealot. Oh, and then they disappeared. What the heck is going on? All right, more theories, Falcon. More theories. That's so you can't put a hatchery or a spawning pool right here in the first minute of the game. That is that screws up your larva placement. I don't know why that matters here. I'm so confused. Actually, StarCraft 2 recently had a patch wherein if there are, like, eggs morphing and... No, what is it? If you... that's what it is. If your hatchery dies and your larvae are just milling around, like, aimlessly, and you use them to make stuff, the eggs don't block the replacement hatch when you try to throw it down. It's nice, because I've had that happen to me before, where I'm like, I lose a base, and I want to make some units to defend with, and I go to replace the base, and it's like, there's an egg in the way. I have to wait for that to finish or kill it before it can expand again. That's terrible. So that was a nice little quality of life improvement in StarCraft 2. Anyway, another hatch coming up here for Larva. Definitely going hatch first here, which that first game, it's a viable StarCraft strategy, you guys. It really is. I know it sucks, and I know everybody's been on the receiving end of it, and they hate it so much, but it's a viable part of the game. You have to prepare for it. You have to scout for it. This is why you worker scout in ZVTs. In ZVZs, I guess? I mean, if you end up going hatch first versus a 6 pool in a ZVZ, you're gonna die. There's really no question about it. So, here we have... Now, this is Transistor. I've cast a couple games on this map before, and it does have this really weird opening where you have an expansion down here. There it is. But you have 2 ramps leading up into your main, and you have to defend both of them, and you kind of have to wall off, and it's very tricky to do if you're Protoss or if you're Terran. Zerg doesn't care. Zerg doesn't care about walling off, but Terran and Protoss definitely do. The good news is it's not a 6 pool this time. I don't even know how you defend a 6 pool on this map because... Check it out. The Lings are just like, get your mineral line, or you really, this is not walled off yet. You don't want to try to get a bunker up if you can. But the good news is there's a macro hatch on the way here too. So Larva is definitely playing more of a macro style against our friend Flash. APM still close to 400 for both of these players. It's just, it's insane. It's insane the level of APM people can handle and consistently produce throughout these matches. Now, I've heard you guys keep an eye on the minimap. I'm going to keep an eye on the minimap. In this game, it's going to go a little bit longer. We're probably going to have some drops. We're probably going to have a lot of weird stuff here. Oh, we tried to block that. What the? Tried to block it, but the SCV came right on through. SCV came in for the scout. No big deal. Spawning pool done. No Lings in production. There we go. Lings now in production for Larva. I spoke way too soon in that situation. The SCV taking shots, and SCVs can't regen health, man. Not unless there's another SCV around to help him out with that, and there's not. The other SCVs of his group are way back here. Way over here in the main base. That is a full saturation on a main if I ever saw one here. Now, Flash is going immediately for a factory, immediately getting a machine shop on that. What is he going to do on that machine shop? Nothing? Gonna produce anything with it? Just, well, hold on. There it is. There's Widow Mine. Spider Mine. Spider Mines. You didn't hear anything. It was Spider Mines the whole time. Spider Mine research on the way at that machine shop. Which, it's a needed thing, both against Protoss and against Zerg. Just because Ling run-bys can be really annoying. If you can shut those down with a couple Spider Mines, it's great. If you can slow down Dragoon pushes, that's great. If you can wipe out Zealots that are coming to kill you, that's great too. Spider Mines are amazingly good units. Vulture here does not have speed, as you can tell, because it's not just a blur on our screen right now. Purple dude wearing his purple jumpsuit today to match the purple Vulture bike that he was assigned to drive here in this game versus Larva. Gonna try to get some stuff done. That is a lair that is almost done for Larva too. That is some pretty fast teching from him. Hydralisk Den on the way too. Where are you going? Go inside the base. Here we go. This will kind of work. Yeah, that's a good spot for it. Coming down this ramp, you wander down, you die, right? You don't really look too closely away from your ramp for that kind of stuff, but not too bad. And a Wraith on the way for some harassment potential here too. Out of Flash. So we're going to go for some Wraith. There's a Spire coming up, and there's a second gas taken. This feels like a Muta opening from Larva. And Wraith is just here to say, you're skimping on units, man. There's a single Hydra out, which is why there's a single Hydra out to deal with this Wraith. The Wraith gets a perfect scout off. That is just simply a Spire that gets scouted by the Wraith. Doesn't try to kill anything because the Hydra is there, but the Hydra is slow, does not have the speed upgrade. Nor do I know if it ever will, honestly, have the speed upgrade. It just doesn't seem all that important. And continuing to build stuff. Engineering bays, supply depots, science facility is already done. Starport is producing science vessels. 5-minute science vessels out of Flash, everybody. Good to see, good to see. Alright, more Vultures cruising on in. Trying to see what damage they can find here. They're Zerglings, and they do not have speed yet. Metabolic boost is on the way. It's really good to have metabolic boost versus these Vultures, especially if they're going to go... They don't have Vulture speed, do they? No. They do not. That Spider-Man got tripped and killed. Another Ling tried to come down. I mean, This is just not happening for Larva, rather. He is not being allowed to scout at all. Which is a bit of a problem. Like, you want to be able to scout here. You want to be able to scout it, especially if it's Flash. Build something, and there it is. It's another science vessel with Irradiate being researched. We got Scourge on the way. We have a Queen's Nest coming up here, too. Larva is taking up off of 2 bases so incredibly fast. What does he want? What does he want with a 7-minute hive is my question. Maybe it's an Ultra Rush. He does love his Ultralings. He loves going Ultraling, especially against Terran. We've seen him do it before. Oh, holy smokes, a ton of Mutas. All right, ton of Mutas here, and that Wraith's going to have a hard time with that. Muta's taking some shots from the missile turrets. They're up because, of course, Flash knows that there are missile turrets, there are Mutalisks out and about. There's one here and one here and one here. 3 doesn't seem like enough to deal with this group, but maybe it is. The Scourge are taking shots, the Mutas are taking shots. There's really nowhere to fly in here. The Muta stacking is pretty darn good. Oh, they pick off the Science Vessel. Another Science Vessel down, and a Wraith. Not a Wraith. Wraith flies over a bunker and to safety. SCV picked off. SCV picked off, trying to build a 3rd command center, and actually forcing a cancel on that too, which is pretty great. Another barracks coming up. That might have been a barracks, actually. I take it back. I forget the footprint for barracks and command centers are really, really large. Lurker aspect being researched back home for our friend Larva, and that is a hive, man. That is a 7-minute hive that is going to pop here, and what is he going to do with it? Another hatchery. But these drones just kind of hanging out. No big deal. Man, this Wraith has been doing work, yo. It's only got 1 kill, but it is some decent anti-air with some decent speed against these Scourge and against these Mutas, who are flying back home to heal up as they are actually whittled down quite a bit and severely injured as well. It's a Defiler. Of course it's a Defiler then. What else would you want if you're going Lair? Fast Plague's really good. Fast Dark Swarm is really good here too. This isn't Jaedong. This is not Jaedong level. Micro Jaedong level spell usage. Nobody is Jaedong. It turns out we did some research on that and nobody is Jaedong. The Wraith is not dead yet. There we go. Finally gets picked off. And Flash, in this case, he really should be expecting to see a lot of just stuff thrown at him from Larva. Less control, less Dark Swarm perfectly placed, less plagues on top of his dudes. Just all of the APM in the world being put towards macro for Larva. Macro style, macro style, macro style. And then stuff comes at you and he tries to kill you that way. He's definitely going for consume though, and Defilers are going to be part of the play on some level. Getting a Nidus Canal, just try to cover, just, you know, the transport and the cover of different bases for defensive purposes and whatnot. I mean, is this a trap or? It really shouldn't be a trap. There's your Irradiate. It's split. Split them. There's the split. It's late, but it's a split nevertheless. And is it hurt enough this is actually going to kill him? The answer is yes. All right. Fair enough. The Mutas are gone. I don't think we're going to make any more of those for the rest of the game. At least not. We shouldn't. Anyway, Canal on the way. We got ourselves a hatchery. Another hatchery from Larva. He does love his macro hatches very, very much. But here comes Flash, yo. Here he comes with Marines. He's got tanks. He's got +1 attack on those Marines. Science Vessel does get picked off there. That's a nice win for Larva. Pretty good stuff, but the tank count is really high. The Marine count is really high. It's 90 to 85 total supply. We got Filers in production. Another Irradiate toss down. Oh, the Lurkers doing some work here at the front here. The tanks are fighting them. Gonna Irradiate, trying to get up on top of this army, but the target firing is really good. 1 Lurker down. Another Lurker down. Another Lurker down. The Lurkers are just getting messed up right now. The push, and not too far from Flash. He's making this happen. He is making it happen here. He's killing Lurkers. He's losing dudes in the process, but he's trading efficiently. Defiler consuming really hard right now. It always weirds me out. He has like a skull kind of a face there. Ugh, jibbly jibbly. 99 to 82 supply. Still pushing up here. But there's your Dark Swarm, but the Lings can't get out of the Dark Swarm, and that's not great for them at all. Tanks firing. That splash damage is unaffected. Nice. Again, amazing Dark Swarm, but the Lings got outside of the Dark Swarm a little bit too much. The Defiler is alive or dead. Some Lurkers here trying to defend at the same time. Hydra is trying to defend against this. Not exactly fantastic, but the Dark Swarm is really great right there. A bit of an attempt to drop here. Does get cleaned out by the Lurkers and the Sunkens that are present. Another attack coming in from both sides. It is multi-pronged attacks here The Defiler does get target fired and killed before we can really toss anything else down. The Dark Swarms are all over the place, trying to go ahead and take down some Lurkers, but Lurkers are in range of your tanks, which is a bad experience. These guys are just, they are not quite sure what they want to do. They do end up getting the Nidus Canal, getting surrounded by Zerglings, and then Lurkers burrow right on top of them, and they all end up completely dead. 81, 86 to 80 total supply. Tanks attacking from distance. Zerglings getting on top of these tanks. There are enough of them to take down the tanks. And get rid of all the rest of the Marines, too. No question about it. More units streaming on down from Flash. Is he expanding behind this? Not really. Still sitting on these two bases. APM well over 300 for both of these players right now. Adrenal glands coming in for Larva. And I think that's a great idea. I think it's a great idea to do that. Another Nidus Canal on the way. That morphing building for Nidus Canal is huge. Look how big it is compared to how small the resulting building is. That's hilarious and very weird indeed. All right, so coming in with splits against these Lurkers, doing pretty well. Pretty well for themselves. They got the +1/+1 at the 12-minute mark here. Some Lings are cruising on in. Ling versus Lurker is a problem for Bio. No question about that. More Lurkers getting target fired here. Defensive Matrix on the Marine. They're coming up here trying to defend it. Nice Dark Swarm. The Lings are so good in that situation and holding position inside the Dark Swarm too, so they don't run outside of the Dark Swarm and die. Right? Right. Marines fighting. Marines heading home. Zerglings going for a bit of a counterattack here. This Spider Mine, I don't know if you can see it. Visual range is not very good here at all. Zerglings continuing to maybe pressure up this ramp, but there's a bunker and a bunch of Marines, and those upgrades continue to be researched here. +2/+2 is on the way from Flash. And it's 96 to 93 supply. Here come your Cracklings, though. Cracklings with 1 armor upgrade, and that's about it. And there are Fire Bats. So no, that's not going to work out, as Larva recognizes and decides to flee on back there. Metasynaptic node on the way, +50 Defiler energy for the Zerg player. Continuing to push up here is Flash. Nice Irradiate. And gets a Plague down, though. Irradiate on the Defiler gets his revenge. Plaguing down those Science Vessels. And this is where the Mutas come in, right? You plague stuff, the Mutas come in and finish stuff off that has 1 HP. Bounce, bounce, bounce. Dead. And that's all she wrote. Zerglings heading on down to the south here. Here's our huge crystal. Our humongous crystal. All this exists for, so it's really hard to expand here early. If you're a Zerg player, especially, as they are wont to do. But that, I've been told that's the reasoning behind that. Bunch of dudes die down here. More dudes attacking on in. Marines, Fire Bats, Medics. It's a pretty big, scary army. 125. And the Scourge getting target fired. 1 Science Vessel goes down, but everybody else is totally fine. 127 and 97 total supply. Here goes nothing. No, the Scourge getting target fired so effectively there. Nice Dark Swarm up. Firebat does manage to escape. Lings trying to pick off reinforcing units as they come across the map, and they're doing a pretty good job of it, taking down that reinforcement stream, and then attacking on in to try to finish off some other dudes hiding underneath this little solar umbrella thing. I'm pretty sure that's what that's called. That's what I would call it if I had invented it, is a solar umbrella. All right, Firebats fighting in here too. Marines attacking. Waiting for that Dark Swarm to wear off. Actually, not waiting at all. Firebats getting on top of these guys and clearing them out. We can see the deaths of them. The Firebats doing a ton of work down here. That was an amazing play out of Flash, and now he's up 127 and 91 total supply. Here comes the attack. He's pushing forward. He smells blood. He can taste it. Some Lings trying to flank attack over here. They're doing some good work. Right, Adrenal Glands is great, but it's not enough. A lot of drones getting massacred here. Firebat having a great time with that too. 7 kills on that Corporal Firebat. He is a hero of the Terran army. Whoever this is, Flash's army, I guess, in particular. More guys, more Dark Swarm coming down. More Lings, more Lurkers on top of this too. Good, decent hits on those Science Vessels. Everybody dying to Lurkers. The defense by Larva is disgusting right now. Look at him go. Sure, he loses his 3rd base, but he's got a 4th base up here. He's got a 5th base coming up too. And maybe he's okay with it. It's a 3-base Terran. Production has just been non-stop by Flash, because what else do you expect from this guy? Zerglings cruising on up. Where are they? What are we going to find here? We're going to find Medics, that's for sure. Dude, Medics unsupported. Really sad, sad story here. Defensive Matrix on that Marine helps him survive about another you know what? Helped him survive that battle. He's not dead. Somehow, reinforcements came in and saved him. Sometimes the difference of 4 seconds is enough to keep you alive. A 4th base attempt here is, we'll call this the 5th. Some lurkers burrowing on in. Dark Swarm up. Okay, I take it back, Larva. You are extremely capable with Dark Swarm. I apologize for maligning your honor there. These have been some amazing Dark Swarm placements. I have no qualms or questions about that whatsoever. Tacking on in. Another Dark Swarm is up. The Lings do not commit suicide. But Firebats wander in. Everybody dies anyway. Firebats are such a great choice to what we're seeing here. Great response to what we're seeing here. Defiler getting tracked down and roasted and burned alive. Another attack up north at the 3rd base. Another great Dark Swarm up there. Another Defiler. Oh, maybe a Lurker gets irradiated? Yes, a Lurker gets irradiated. Just avoiding the Dark Swarm entirely, picking off more of these drones. Just the aggression from Flash has been so good. Scourge, bad rally, end up getting destroyed there to another attack. Coming down here to the south, to this 4th base. There are 3 Lurkers present. A lot of Marines are going to die here, but they're going to take those guys down and take down the hatch as well. And I just don't see Larva coming back from this right now. This attack is still doing stuff up here. There is no mining going on at the 3rd base at all. The 4th base is completely and utterly gone. It's 150 to 180, or rather, not even 189, just 89 total supply. A random Ling attack. As I'm stumbling over my words there. Alright, man, here we go. Do we have enough Scourge to take these science vessels down? Yes, 1 survives. That was pretty nice, just diving right on top of those guys. Another Lurker goes down. This base is in a lot of trouble. There are Hydras and Lings trickling in right now, but it's, 76 to 143 supply. We're doubled up. Flash, if Flash is up, double against you. That is not a place you want to be at all. Lurker down. Another Lurker could be down if the Marines decided to attack him, but I'm sure there's no detection available, and that is it. Larva is out. Flash is your winner in 18 minutes and 9 seconds. Hurrah. Okay, that was amazing. That was really good stuff. And this is why the 6 pool happened in game number 1. You give Flash 3 bases. You give him the ability to consistently produce Firebats and Marines and Science Vessels and Medics. He's just going to come at you and he's going to win. He's going to relentlessly just absolutely take down your hatcheries, get through your defenses, deal with your Dark Swarm with a ton of Firebats with, by the way, 2-2 and 3-3 on the way. Detection available in the form of Science Vessel. You kill a bunch of them with Scourge. Guess what? There are more. It's not a big deal to him. All right, you know what? I'm going to save the rest of these replays for another cast. I was going to cast them all, but I didn't realize one of them was 18 minutes long. So let's just check out the final score here on this particular game. As, look at that, 500 units produced in 18 minutes for Larva. That is just disgusting. Ended up losing 374 of them, killing 163. Again, pretty darn efficient stuff there again from Flash as well. Resources, more, right? More for the Zerg player by far in some instances, but just more cost efficient in the end was Flash winning those battles. Cheap Marines versus expensive Lurkers, that sort of a thing. And overall, there's your win. So good job by Flash. It's a 1-2-1. Let's see how this works out later. In a later cast, I'll do some more of this Flash versus Larva stuff, because I'm pretty sure that's what this is. Just the way that they're playing, it doesn't feel like anything else. And that's good. That's good. I'm glad that we were able to find these replays. Thank you to the person who sent them in. Okay, whew, that's going to be it from me. This has been Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Go ahead and hit that like button. Hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.